let's make some bread, friend. Now we're gonna make two different things out of this, okay? I'm gonna make a French bread for later tonight for dinner. And I'm also making like a strawberry loaf for the kids. So yeah, let's get started. Shh, what? He's throwing a temper tantrum. Just ignore him. He's fine. 2 cups of lukewarm, listen, lukewarm, not hot, not cold, lukewarm water. We have 1/4 a cup of sugar. Add that in, stir it up. I have to use the big mixing bowl here in a minute, so I'm just using this one for right now. We have 2.5 tablespoons of active dry yeast. This is the brand that I use. I think I got these at Piggly Wiggly, but you can also get them, I think, at Walmart, and I know Winn-Dixie. So pour that in. Now I'm gonna stir this up pretty good, and then we're gonna set this to the side, and we're just gonna leave it there to sit and proof. We want it to bubble up and show out, okay? That's important to making your bread rise later, okay? We're just gonna set this to the side for probably 5 to 10 minutes. Now, I'm going to use my stand mixer today, but if you do not have one, it is perfectly fine. It just takes a little more effort, to be honest. I'm going to add 5.5 cups of flour to my mixer bowl. This is the kind of flour I use. I'm not saying you have to use this flour. I just have made many, many loaves of bread, and this is the one I find to be the best, to be honest. So this is the White Lily bread flour. We're going to add all 5.5 cups to our mixing bowl. This is about 1.5 minutes in. It's just bubbling up, doing its thing. We're going to let it sit until it's done. Lord, I had to let him out because he was being too much of a crybaby. So if you hear him acting a fool in the living room, he's wrestling on the furniture. Just ignore him. Okay, so I've got my hook here. This is the only one we're going to use. Put it on. You see how much it's poofed up on the top? All right. I'm going to put the lid down. Well, no. I usually do this in a measuring bowl, measuring cup situation, but they're all dirty, okay? I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of this in here. Like so. And then I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to put it on about medium for it to start mixing up real good. And then I'm going to slowly add in the rest of this yeast mixture. This is what we got going on so far. It's just working on mixing it all together. I'm going to start, in just a minute, I'm going to start scraping down the sides so all of that can get mixed in. Now we're starting to come together some more. Now if you feel like it's like too dry and it's not the consistency you need, you can add a little bit of water to it, just a very little amount at a time. Go ahead and move my stand mixer out of the way because it takes up too much room over here. I'm going to take some of the same flour, sprinkle some down on the counter, set it to the side. I'm going to start taking my dough out. This is the consistency that I got. Start taking it all out. And basically, this is what I'm going to do for however long until it gets to exactly how I want it, and then I'm going to shape it into a little ball and we'll be back. Alright friend, we have kneaded away. Okay, listen, when you get to this point and you've formed your ball here, poke it. You see how it springs back up at you? That's necessary. It must do that if you want your bread to rise, honey. So if you have not got this, start over. Just keep trying. It must have the spring. Okay? Now listen. I'm going to get a bowl. Big glass bowl. I'm going to take my olive oil. You can use vegetable oil. Everybody uses different oils. It don't matter. Okay? This is just to keep it from sticking to the bottom of the bowl. I just kind of roll it around in there. You're going to take this, plop it in, turn it over, swoosh it around, okay? Now this is what we're starting with. I'm literally just going to leave this sitting on the counter for 45 minutes, and then we'll be back. Our dough has arisen. Punch it down. Punch it down. Punch it down. Get all those air bubbles out of there, you know. Oh crap. Where's the, hang on, I need the flour. We're going to pry this out of our bowl. That's the reason you add the oil in there, so it doesn't stick. Hello. Now basically, we're just going to knead this for another good few minutes. Now remember, we're doing two different things with this. One is going to be a French bread, Ashton is home, and then one is going to be the strawberry loaf for the kids. So you're going to take some kind of cutting apparatus and you're going to just yop it in half like so. And then one we'll just go ahead and put back in here, but the other one we got to do something with in just a second. So hang on. While that's resting over there, I had a little bit of heavy whipping cream left, so I'm basically going to be making like a whipped butter for the French bread that I'm going to make with dinner later tonight. So I'm just going to grate off some of this orange peel on top of this. And I've also got this garlic salt. I'm just going to add a tiny bit of this. And then this minced garlic. Add a little bit of this in. Probably like 2 teaspoons. And then I'll put it back on, turn it back on and let it whip it all up together. Then just put it in a container and put it in the fridge until it's time for dinner later. I've refloured my counter. I'm just going to start rolling this out, okay? Essentially, I want kind of a rectangle shape, okay? So I'm just going to keep rolling this out until I get that. Now, all those strawberries I cut up earlier, I have had them soaking on the counter for probably like, I don't know, like an hour, 2 hours, something like that. Hello. So I did add some vanilla to them and then some regular granulated sugar. Basically, we're just going to start adding them on top like so. Until you get the whole top of this covered. I've got them all spread out. I'm going to fold this over like so. Fold it over again. Fold it over again. And then I'm really just going to start mashing it together because I want to get all those berries fully mixed in with the dough. I'm going, after I do this for a few minutes, I'm going to roll it back out again and then kind of roll it up. I'll show you what it looks like before I put it in the pan. French bread loaf we're doing here. I already got this big pan. I lined it with parchment paper. Essentially, you're just going to start rolling it out until it gets to whatever length you want it to, because these are going to do, they're going to have one more rise before we put them into the oven. Okay, so I've got both of my loaves ready in the pan. Now, these are going to sit on the counter and rise for about 45 minutes. When that time is almost up, I'm going to preheat the oven to 350, and then we're going to bake these for 30 minutes, both in there together. Are done, friends. Now this strawberry one I am going to cut up later, and I do have some of that stuff, that whip that I made to go with that cake, so I'm going to let the kids use it for that. And then this French bread that I made, I'm going to put some of this whipped concoction I made earlier. I'm going to just put some on top of that. Now when I warm it back up later, I'll probably like cut it open and put more of this in there and warm back up. But yeah, that's it. I mean, it takes time because I mean it has to rest for so long, you know what I mean? But it's really easy. It's not hard to make your own bread at home. Yeah, so if you make your own bread, let me know how you like it.